Hey Tom.
Hiya.
How you doing?
Very well.
I'm glad to see you're very chipper for a Sunday morning.
I am, yes.
You'd be surprised how many people seem to have been, I don't know, they've been caning. I think caning it is probably the word
Yeah,
I would
I
use.
haven't been caning it.
I'm glad to hear
Not
it.
in the
Sensible, fully lab coated up, the right attitude.
Somebody told me it's not really a lab coat, I'm actually dressed as a cheesemonger. So,
a cheesemonger I suppose.
Not the look I was originally going for.
It's very blue collar.
Exactly.
So, what are we looking at, Tom?
So we've got the workshop system, which you saw last year.
That's coming up. There's quite a lot of new stuff.
That's been out. We've sold a lot of them in the last year, and there's a real kind of community around them. There's community writing the program cards that go in here. There's a lot of workshops happening. There's a lot of people using them, kind of playing live, that sort of thing. So that's been amazing to see that kind of working, going out in the world.
Yeah, it must be very gratifying because
really
that's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So that's been most of my focus for the year. But the other thing I've been doing is radio music, which was a module I designed first in 2014, I think. Which the idea was the idea of bringing radio into Eurorack. You can do it with a real radio, which is fine. But in a room like this, you might not pick anything very interesting up.
Right.
So my idea was instead to make a fake radio. So radio music was a little tiny 4 HP sampler with a little memory card that went in it that would play back hours and hours of whatever you've recorded, whether that's drum loops or an hour of the Archers on Radio 4.
So like tuning.
And you tune it. So it's got two knobs on it. It's got a tuning knob, which just picks the sample you're playing. This is just playing drum loops. And then a start knob, which chooses where it starts. And this has come back. So this, I designed, as I said, in 2014. And it went out of stock because the chip we used didn't exist anymore.
Right.
So this is the new version, which is much more kind of high fidelity. It sounds better. It's got slightly more controls. So you've got a speed control there. You just tap that and you get a speed control. But it also has this thing, which is the remote. So this is obviously it's the 8MU, which is the MIDI controller that I had. But with this, when it's kind of plugged in, which it isn't at the moment, you can control all of these features in it. You can control things like time stretch. It's got a Akai style start and end for the loop.
Oh, right, like the 612.
The 612, exactly. Right. And pitch control there. So the idea of this is when you want that kind of really fine-grained control, you can plug that in and have it on your desk or have it in your hand and play it.
So it's like a sort of, I'm using the term wavetable scan where all the individual samples are massive.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. And you can put short, tiny, as you said, you can put drum loops in it or you can put hours of stuff in it. And because it's so much more hi-fi, the original one was pretty kind of gnarly and lo-fi, so you'd put in like weird old radio samples and stuff. It sounded good. The new one's hi-fi, so you can put in things like field recordings.
Yeah, I was thinking, finally,
exactly,
because we've all done it, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've gone, I know, I'm going to get a field recorder,
with
record
this,
loads of
you
stuff,
can feed them
and
into
then
your modular, and I've got, there's a guy I know who's a Hollywood sound designer, retired Hollywood sound designer, worked on things like Twin Peaks and Planet of the Apes. I said to him, can you make a sound bank for it? And he's put together this incredible sound bank from his entire career's collection of recordings.
Oh, wow.
So he sent it through, and the first file on the first folder said 0 chimps. I was like, what the hell? Why has he got a bunch of chimps on it? This is his research recordings from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, wow.
So you've got all of these kind of really, really kind of rich
I imagine pitching those down is probably quite terrifying.
Exactly. So it's a really nice, for me, it's nice to get it back on sale because people keep asking me about it, but it's just that much kind of better and higher quality.
So we've got the same loop running now. Do you need to do a bit more scanning just to give us some...
Yeah, let's try some other... There we go, there's some nature sounds.
And is there a crossfade involved, or is it just a sort of?
It's pretty sharp across, although it does also have a kind of radio mode that sort of simulates actually tuning different radio stations. Let's just So that's how you plug in the remote.
Oh, right, okay,
There
so
you go.
that's now ready. Yeah, that's what I want to hear. That really opens it up. Are you doing a bundle? Because that sounds
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you do a bundle where you can just get...
And you've got a time stretch mode as well. Can't really hear on that, but that's doing kind of 90s style time stretching as well. So it's quite hard to demonstrate in an environment like this, but you can see the amount of control you've got there for that.
That slowdown is... Oh, that's
really nice,
the
isn't it?
Pinky Perky Choir.
Exactly.
I'm sure that's not what it's actually called.
I have no idea what that's doing. As you see, we're just finishing off the firmware at the moment.
But I
That's
suppose
all
if you
it's
put together like a load of maybe musically linked, you know, in the same key or whatever, and move between them, that could be
exactly.
You could get some really
when
interesting.
on mine, I just recorded. I'm a terrible guitar player. Recorded just a load of little tiny guitar sequences all in the same key, and you can then sort of sequence them with a control voltage, and now you can kind of pitch them up and pitch them down.
So is it possible to accurately kind of go, right, I want to go to sample
It's
3
got a-
here? Or
Yeah, you can trigger samples reasonably accurately from a voltage, and it's got a kind of chromatic pitch shift as well in it, so you can roughly tune things to notes.
And so in production and available for how much?
It'll probably be a couple of months, and we're not sure exactly how much it'll be. It'll probably be cheaper than the old radio music though.
Right, okay. And people can find out about that just by looking for Google Music Thing Modular.
Music Thing Modular.
Thank you very much, Tom.